Want to know what gave birth to Wizards of Waverly Place? I'm going through a bunch of old scripts that I have here because we're moving, and it's this show right here, The Amazing O'Malleys.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets about Wizards of Waverly Place.
Really?
Marietta Animata.
Help! Captain Jim Bob, I'm Jessica Moon and I need help!
For this list, we'll be looking at tidbits and Easter eggs that only the most frequent Waverly Place visitors might already know. Do you know any other magical secrets from this show? Let us know in the comments below. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10. The Therussos almost ran a magic store. The Therussos aren't your standard family, so finding the right setting to tell their stories was vital.
Look, I know how excited you are about getting your first wand. So until it comes, how about using old black licorice here?
Yeah, that looks like something you get out of a cereal box.
Before settling on Greenwich Village, the creators were mesmerized by Ireland's culture and charm, but ultimately thought that New York City would be more relatable to American audiences. They also toyed with the idea of the Therussos owning a magic shop, but perhaps that was too on the nose, although it could have made a good cover anytime their magic got out of hand.
Dad, what's happening?
Selling the business.
What? Why?
Then again, the Waverly substation is probably a better cover for a family of wizards on the down low.
Table 4, sandwich up.
Number 9. McReary-Time Reary. The real wizards in this show are the writers who use their magic to conjure up new spells for every episode. For example, the spell Marietta Animata, used for bringing inanimate objects to life, takes its name from the show's writer and executive producer, Peter Marietta.
Marietta Animata.
Alex, what did you just do?
I did the spell you wanted. You're welcome.
They also may have used their consulting producer, McCreery, as a springboard for the spell McReary-Time Reary, which rewinds time.
How does that do-over spell sound now?
Like it should have already happened.
Now we're talking. McReary-Time Reary.
You can also spot a nod to the show's creator and executive producer, Todd J. Greenwald, in the window of the hardware store across the street from the Waverly substation.
Hey everybody, come check out this marionette show. You're gonna like it so much better.
Number 8. Keeping a bit of the magic. After it set Disney Channel records for the longest running show and the most watched finale, it wasn't just the fans who wanted to hold on to a bit of magic.
Oh, check it out. We're all happy at the same time.
After the series ended, the 3 young wizards were allowed to keep their wands, while Greg Sulkin, who played Mason, held on to his werewolf teeth.
Yeah, see, I might have mentioned that. Oh, look! They're serving chipmunks and dip.
Selena Gomez has talked about the strong bond she felt with Alex, and even misses how she used to keep the wand in her boot.
I'm in.
Once they had wrapped, she had the wand framed to commemorate this special time in her life. Number 7. David Henry, the writing wizard. After finding his feet as the oldest Russo sibling, David Henry turned his attention to the creative process, particularly the writing.
Sounds like a big deal. Wow, like totally wicked sick, right? Not right.
In fact, as well as a starring role throughout the series, he also has writing credits for 2 Wizards of Waverly Place episodes, including Season 3's Alex's Logo and Meet the Werewolves from Season 4.
Really?
We can only imagine he wished the Edge Bono Utusis spell was real, to help him split his responsibilities as a writer and an actor.
Now, are there any questions about the spell?
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Anyone who doesn't look like they're about to wreck their pants?
Still, with the cast dropping hints about a possible reunion, we hope to see David flex his writing skills once again. Number 6. The Rent poster. This one is for the Broadway aficionados among us.
Calbo is on his way. Let's get out of here.
Some observant fans of the show noticed a poster hanging up in the substation that bore a remarkable similarity to a certain Tony Award-winning musical. Not only do the graphics look almost identical, but sublet is practically a synonym for rent.
See page 685. see page 532. Okay, stop flipping and call a doctor. What?
Other than both taking place in Manhattan, the show isn't exactly what we would call Disney Channel material.
Help! Captain Jim Bob, I'm Jessica Moon and I need help!
I'm on my way.
Nevertheless, since the musical was still running on Broadway while we were getting to know the Russos, it seems like the placement of this poster was no coincidence. Number 5. Does this wizarding school look familiar? As much as we love this show, we have to admit that when you say wizarding school, our minds immediately go to Hogwarts. The writers took this in stride and basically created a parody version called WizTech. As well as very similar looking robes, Harry Potter-style glasses are incorporated as part of the WizTech uniform too.
Don't worry, Justin. Look, this is a big place. I'm sure you and Alex will hardly see each other.
Professor Crumbs is almost a dead ringer for Albus Dumbledore, and Justin's rival Jerko Phoenix is meant to give us real Draco Malfoy vibes.
I had to warn you that I plan on winning the title of Mr. 12 Ball.
What's up with your eye?
Just in case that isn't enough to convince you, maybe this tongue-in-cheek line will do the trick.
You know, with those glasses and that robe on, you remind me of someone. Is it Terry something, Barry something, Larry something? Oh, never mind.
Number 4. Joe Jonas auditioned for Justin. Of course, today we know that there's no one better suited to the role of Justin Russo than David Henry. But did you know that Joe Jonas also auditioned for the role?
I was thinking the group can change up our sound, do some different stuff.
While this casting wasn't meant to be, it did lead Joe and his brothers to Camp Rock and their own series, Jonas.
Now that's something you don't see every day.
Based on the characters Joe went on to play, it's hard to imagine him as the Justin we know and love today. Still, we reckon they made the right call, and at least we got to see Joe in other Disney Channel roles anyway.
You up for a canoe ride later?
Number 3. The opening titles Easter eggs. If you spotted this one, then you just might be an actual wizard. The show's catchy theme song, sung by Selena Gomez, serves as exposition, as well as introducing us to the principal cast. While you may have every word memorized, there's one additional tiny detail that you might have missed.
Everything is not what it seems when you can get all you wanted in your wildest dreams.
As we're introduced to David DeLuise, who plays Jerry Russo, check out each episode's specific Easter egg on the chalkboard behind him. You might want to hit pause for a closer look, as this magical prop reveals what lessons or spells the young Russos are about to learn. Number 2. Namius Changes. It wasn't unusual for details to change throughout the production of the show, even once shooting for the pilot had begun. For instance, Selena's character was almost called Julia or Brooke, but relatively late in the production process, the writers decided to change the family's name to Russo, and thought the name Alex worked better.
Jerry, what's going on? I don't like this.
I don't know. Everybody, let's get out of here.
In an Instagram post, David Henry also revealed that while shooting the pilot, the show's title was actually The Amazing O'Malleys.
Want to know what gave birth to Wizards of Waverly Place? I'm going through a bunch of old scripts that I have here, because we're moving, and it's this show right here, The Amazing O'Malleys.
Other names which were considered included The Amazing Hannigans and Disney Wizards. Yeah, those earlier options just don't have the right ring to them. Wouldn't you agree?
As a father, I am not going to be left behind, so I'm on board. No, I'm not!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Alex and Justin could have been twins.
About a family who owned a magic shop, and Selena and I were actually twins in this show.
Another revelation from Henry's Instagram post is that Justin and Alex were initially written as twins. Although these siblings could not be more polar opposites, it's actually refreshing that they decided against any stereotypical and limited twin tropes in the end.
Are we on the same side?
It's a little creepy, but I think we are.
Justin is hardworking, ambitious, and a stickler for the rules, while Alex is happy to cut corners wherever she can.
What did you do?
Why? Just because something completely out of the ordinary happens doesn't mean I automatically had something to do with it.
Did you have something to do with it?
Yes. I I made a wish with the genie that everyone would stop comparing me to you.
Still, we love how Alex secretly looks up to her big brother, while Justin just can't help but be protective of his little sister.
What's that, a fake ID?
Maybe.
Oh, don't even.
No.
If you ask us, this dynamic works much better, and just makes their chemistry all the more magical. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Back to what we have to do. Could you wait a little longer so we can heal a couple of our